All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Podcast Network. We're doing a live watch along for the Carolina Hurricanes against the Florida Panthers. Basically the last day of the regular season. I know there's a couple games tomorrow, but game 82 for both of these teams. Yes, both teams have clinched, but because of the result last night with the Islanders, this game does mean a lot for Florida. I'll explain that later. And it means a lot for Carolina. We'll get into all the scenarios and everything. But before we get going here, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the Hockey Podcast Network on YouTube. Follow us on social medias, the Twitter and Instas at HockeyPodNet. I'm Grant Akeem. You can follow me on Twitter at Grant Akeem. My Insta is at Grant_Akeem. If you want to help support the channel with a donation, you can do that through the live chat. And as always, want to thank the sponsors, DraftKings and Raycons, for not only sponsoring this stream, but everything at the Hockey Podcast Network. Use promo code THPN for DraftKings, and you get a nice little discount at the Raycon store because they sell headphones and earbuds and all that jazz. So if you're interested, go check it out. All right, so let me know your score predictions in the chat. I think Florida, I'm going to give it to Florida. I know Carolina are the favorites. I think Florida's going to get it done tonight. They're a hot team. I have more faith in Florida, I think. But we'll see. Carolina's a tough team. And I'm pretty sure my very first stream that I ever did on THPN was Florida and Tampa. That was like October. And on that stream, I think someone asked me who I thought was going to win the Stanley Cup, and I said Carolina. Well, I thought we're going to win it this year. I'm still going to stick with Carolina, but that Boston team's scary. So if you're Florida, you want to win tonight so you can avoid that first round matchup with Boston. But we'll get into all the scenarios a little later. Here we go. Last game for both teams. Potential first round preview. Yes, get your predictions in the chat, everybody. I'll go 3-1 Florida because I think Carolina, they're having a tough time scoring goals as of late. So I'm going to go 3-1 Florida. Angus says, hey, everyone. What's up, Angus? Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone that tunes in is having a good Thursday. I tell you what, man. In Minnesota last week, we had I think there was a blizzard last week, or there's some snowstorm last week. It got up to 89 yesterday, and I think today it's 80 degrees out. So, I mean, I was proper sweating when I went outside earlier today. Like just from standing outside, I was sweating profusely. So yeah, crazy. We did a complete 180 here in Minnesota. Yeah, wild stuff. Raynell Soto says hi. What's up, Raynell? Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right? Yes, it is Thursday. Sometimes I forget. The days just all mush into one. Eric says hi. What's up, Eric? Angus, I'm doing well. Busy week. Lots of hockey for me in terms of playing. I had a game on Monday that we won, which is nice. And yes, I've not been doing a whole lot of streaming this week. I will be streaming on Friday, tomorrow, and Saturday on my own channel. If you have any interest, Grant Akeem channel. We'll do the Red Dead story mode. We'll get back to that. And I have school going on too, which takes up a lot of time. Eric says I'll keep track with the Devils game. Yes, we will. I will also keep track of the Devils game. We'll get into the scenarios here once the game starts. Angus says 2-1 Carolina. Puck drop's about to happen here. Let's get this up. Here we go. We're underway in Florida. We have a penalty right away. I couldn't hear what the ref said. It's on Florida for tripping fast. So Carolina's going to go to the power play. I've never seen that. 7 seconds in, we have a penalty. Well, I guess I've seen that. There's been opening, like, game face-offs and stuff, so. Like, when teams, like, want to fight right off the jump of the game. Here, let's do some lineups here. 4. We'll do the visiting Carolina Hurricanes. We got Jarvis, Aho, Teravainen. Remember, they're without Svechnikov, FYI. Second line of Natchez, Kotkaniemi, Nozin. Third line of Foss, Stahl, Martinuk. And then Puljujarvi, Stastny, Drury. That seems like a full-strength team to me. On defense, Burns, Slavin, Pesci, my boy Brady Shea, Chatfield, and Shane Gostisbehere. Shout out the Union Dutchman. And then Freddie Anderson and net. For the home team, the Florida Panthers, Verhaeghe, Barkov, Reinhart, Luosterainen, Lundell, Kachuk on the second line. Third line of Lomberg, Stahl, Duclair. Fourth line of Dalpe, White, and Smith. On defense, Forsling, Ekblad, Stahl, Monter, Mahura, and Gudas. And then my boy out of Yale, ex-Yale Bulldog, Alex Lyon. Love me some Alex Lyon. Big fan. Assuming that Sergei is going to get the nod in game 1 of whatever series that's going to be. Keenan says he's going Canes 1-0 overtime. I guess I'm the only person picking Florida. With Landy out for the playoffs, how do you think the Avs are going to do in the playoffs? I did not hear that, Keenan. Is Landeskog out for the season? I didn't hear that. I don't really follow the West super closely as I do with the Eastern Conference. Wow, okay. If without Landeskog, who are they going to play potentially? It's all about who they're playing. If they end up being first, because, right, they still have a shot at being first in the division. They have 2 games yet to play. If they end up being first, wait, can they catch Vegas? So Colorado was 105 points. If they went out, they'd get to 109, which would tie Vegas right now, but they have 1 game left to play. So if Vegas lost game 82 and Colorado won out, I think that would mean they would be the first overall in the whole conference. So then they'd probably play Winnipeg. But I think most likely what's going to happen if they ended up being first, Vegas would be first overall in the West, and then Colorado would play Seattle. Yeah, I'll say if they end up being first, I'll give them the first round over Seattle or Winnipeg. I think they're definitely capable of beating either of those teams. But if they end up playing a Minnesota team or right, it'd only be Minnesota. If they play Minnesota, I don't know. Minnesota's sneaky. You can't write them off. They're going to be a hard out. So I might give the edge to Minnesota there. And I do think Minnesota plays Colorado pretty well, historically speaking. So I don't know. I might give it to Minnesota there in that series. But yeah, so let's lay it. It's still scoreless here, by the way. We only have 1 shot on goal for Carolina. 16:40 left. So the scenarios here. So if you're the Florida Panthers, I also made a tweet about this. Actually, he's pulled that up because I did all my research this morning. Yeah, so if Florida wins today, they get 2 points in any fashion, whether it's overtime, shootout, or regulation. They will end up being in the first wild card position, jumping the Islanders So that means they would avoid playing Boston in the first round, and they would end up playing the same Carolina Hurricanes. Actually, no. Also, so if Florida wins, this is where it gets kind of weird. So if Florida wins, that means Carolina lost. If New Jersey wins today, then Florida would play New Jersey in the first round. So actually, a Florida Carolina matchup can't happen, right? Because if Florida loses, right? Yeah, if Florida loses, then that means the Islanders would be the first wild card spot. They'd play Carolina because that means Carolina won. I mean, yeah, I think that's right. But I don't know. Yeah, I could get super mathematical here. I don't want to do that, but I'm not sure if a Florida Carolina matchup is possible. Because if Florida won, then they would play. Well, no, it is still possible because New Jersey could still lose, right? Yeah, if New Jersey loses too, then they would play. Yeah, there we go. I confused myself there because I'm pretty sure they could still play each other. So yes, that's my what 6 p.m. brain at work after a long day. Shot by Pugliarvi just missed. Ooh, good save by Lyon. It's been pretty much Carolina all period. I'm also very disappointed by the crowd in Florida. It's not that great. So yeah, basically to sum it up, if Florida wins, they avoid Boston, which we all want to avoid Boston. If Carolina wins, they clinch first in the Metro, which means they would end up playing the Islanders. So if you're an Islanders fan out there like myself, I think you'd rather play Carolina over Boston. It's it's basically like choosing the lesser of the two evils. Boston is ridiculously good this year. But Carolina is death to the Islanders. They swept us in 2019. I feel like every time we play Carolina, we just lose. But who knows? Without Svechnikov, who knows? They've had a tough time scoring goals, and they don't have that great of goaltending. Freddie Anderson is kind of average. It's a good goaltender, but not an Ilya Sorokin or a Shesterkin or anyone of that ilk, I would say. But yeah, the whole playoff matchups, it's confusing me. There's so many potential matchups that could happen. Eric says, I'd rather see Florida and the Devils than them playing Carolina. Oh, yeah. If you're a Florida Panther fan, you're hoping that you beat Carolina today and that the Devils win so that you play Devils. Because I think the Devils, of all the teams in the Metro, are the most vulnerable team because they have zero experience in the playoffs. Well, I mean, they've been to the playoffs before. I think some of the players, I'm sure, have experience, but the big stars on that team don't have a whole lot of playoff experience. And I do think that's a better matchup for Florida than Carolina. Because Carolina plays playoff hockey, whereas I don't think New Jersey or the Rangers do. But that's going to be interesting. I'm going to try and not confuse myself with all the scenarios. Donnell says, what's up, sir? What's up, Donnell? Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. I'll tell you what, it was fun yesterday as an Islanders fan watching that game against Montreal. Nervy, though. They didn't make it easy. It was 1-1 in the first period. I think then Hudson Fasching scored with 30 seconds left. Oh! Good chance for a stall, but Alex Lyon made the save. That was point blank. Whoa, we got a score update out of New Jersey. It is 2-0 Washington over the New Jersey Devils. 2-0 Washington. Wow. They're doing the same thing they did to the Islanders. The Caps. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. So that holds. Then it doesn't matter what Carolina does. They can lose this game and are still first. Lots of game left, but that's not good. Not a good start for New Jersey. We're only 5 minutes into that game. 8 minutes now. Who got the goals? This Capitals team is playing great without their stars. I tell you what. Joe Snively, who I've never heard of, got the first goal, assisted by Sonny Milano. And then Rasmus Sandin got the goal, assisted by, Backstrom and Ovechkin are in the lineup. There you go. Wasn't sure they'd play. And it'll be icing on Carolina. 12:03 left. Pretty it's not very intense, the game so far. It's been a lot of the game's basically been played in the neutral zone. Only 3 shots in the game so far. Donnell says the Devils has some playoff experience like Bratt. I think you mean Bratt. Holla and Smith, but when the Devils made the playoffs in 2018, Bratt, Tishier, and Severson. Oh, Palat. That's right. They got Palat. Yeah, Palat from Tampa. Eric Holla. He was probably in the playoffs with the Wild, I think. Smith, yeah. And then Bratt, Hischier, Severson. Yeah, but also, I think if you're New Jersey, let's look at this from a New Jersey perspective. If you... Ooh, Jarvis! I think just shanked it over the net to not a play. Yeah, Aho got dumped. Made the play, though. And that was a good D by, I don't know who that was for Florida. Montour got the stick in. But yes, from a New Jersey perspective, if they ended up being first... Oh, they score! Brett Burns from the point. And it's 1-0 Carolina. I didn't even see it. It was right off the face-off. Yeah, easy face-off win. Aho to Brett Burns. And I think Alex Lyon would want that one back. Actually, no. It took a deflection off a Florida player. Yeah, it went off Carter Verhaeghe's stick and went in. So, not your fault, Alex. Not your fault. But from New Jersey, if you end up being first, you would end up playing an Islanders team or a Florida. Well, Carolina would have to lose, so you'd end up playing Florida. Because the Islanders can't play New Jersey. So if you're in New Jersey, would you rather play Florida or the Rangers? I think they'd rather play the Florida. I take my chances on Florida. New Jersey would probably want to win. I was just thinking maybe it'd be better if they lost so they'd avoid the Islanders, but they can't play the Islanders. Down the Devils have some we already did that one. To me, as a diehard New York sports fan, a local fan of the tri-state area, this is great to see that all 5 winter teams make the playoffs. Knicks, Nets, Rangers, Devils, and now the Islanders. Ooh, Chatfield, saved by Lion. I feel like with a name like Chatfield, he should work in like IT or something, making websites or whatever. But yeah, Stano, I saw that on Twitter that it's the first time since like '94 since that's happened. All New York metropolitan / New Jersey teams made it to the playoffs. Good to be a New York sports fan. Well, even you take it back to football, the Giants made it to the playoffs too. So there you go. So the only teams that didn't make the playoffs were the Jets, and then we'll see about the Yankees and Mets. You would assume the Yankees would. I'm not sure about the Mets. But yeah, the results hold. This would mean that the Islanders would face the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round, and Florida would face Boston, and then you'd get New Jersey and the Rangers, and then Toronto, Tampa be your matchups. Ooh, Slomberg saved by Anderson. 9:09 left. The announcers on Carolina's broadcast, that's who I'm listening to, just said they'd love to play the Islanders. So that's how much respect the Islanders have in the NHL. Look, I beg on the Islanders, and rightfully so. But if Sorokin sees the X factor, if Ilya Sorokin plays lights out, and Carolina is a team that has struggled to score goals as of late, if Sorokin plays lights out, and the Islanders get opportune goals, they get the goal scoring up somehow, you could see it happening. You could. The chances of that, I'd say, are under like 10% of that happening. I'd maybe 20%. But yeah, no Matt Barzal for the Islanders in the first round, probably. Maybe even the second round if they made it that far. It's going to be really tough. But yeah, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't say that the Islanders would get past Carolina. I wouldn't. Nor Boston, of course. Donnell, I did watch the Islanders game last night against the Canadiens and happy they won to complete the winter sports, making the playoffs. For sure, Donnell. I watched that game too. That was the first Islanders game all year that I just watched like on TV without doing a stream or, got to watch it with the family. That was really nice. I miss doing that, just being able to like I love doing the streams, but it is nice to like just watch a hockey game and just chillax, like your favorite team, and just watch. It was fun. The crowd was into it. That's the loudest I've ever heard UBS Arena. Gave me a little goosebumps. It reminded me of watching games at the Coliseum on TV in the playoffs for that 2021 run. It was great, and as Islander fans, it's good memories, but that's probably you might get one win. I bet you we'll get at least one win against Carolina if we end up playing them. Maybe two for lucky. Yeah. Happy to be in, right? I always love watching the team in the playoffs. Oh, Lomberg left it for Duclair and just shanked it wide. That was a nice little 1-2 pass. We got 8:36 left of the first. I think someone asked that. 8:30 now. Eric says 3-0 Caps. You got to be kidding me. Wow. 3-0 Capitals in the first period. I think it's over. It's over. It's already over in the first period. What about Pittsburgh? How are they doing? Poor Pittsburgh. Playoff streak is over. They're winning right now against Columbus. Yeah, today could have been super nervy for Islanders fans because if Pittsburgh would have beaten Chicago, which they should have, 2 days ago, Islanders won yesterday. That would mean that Pittsburgh-Columbus game, if Pittsburgh won, they would leapfrog the Islanders and make the playoffs. So today could have been really nervy. But thank you, Blackhawks, for getting the job done. Much love to Chicago. Love that city. Good couple saves there by Anderson. Florida's definitely picked up the tempo here in the second half of the period. Icing on Carolina. Yankees made the playoffs. I'm talking about this season. I guess last season they made it. But yeah, I was thinking this season that just started. How much time in the left? 7, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and so on. The clock got covered by some North Carolina healthcare ad. But yes, thank you for subscribing. That's amazing. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, by the way. But the Giants made the playoffs this past season, got to the second round, got blown out by the Eagles. Yankees and Mets did make the playoffs last season. Oh, the Mets made it last season. So we had the Yankees making it last season. The Mets made it last season. So that means the Jets were the only team who didn't make it. Those damn Jets. Never been a Jets person. I've always been a Giants guy. Huge Eli Manning fan growing up. Uh-oh, Chatfield missed the net. And it goes out of play. 6:39. Chatfield. Yeah, to try to go high glove. See, as a righty there, I would have gone low blocker. That's hard to save if you go low blocker on the glove side. That's hard, speaking from experience. Oh my god, it is hot, man. I had to close down the blind. I basically been back caving my room because my room faces the sun in the afternoon. So it's like 85 degrees here in Minnesota. And it was icy cold here a week ago. So I left the windows open. It'd be like 85 in my room. I think the thermometer says 80. It is warm in here. Hopefully you're nice and cool in whatever air-conditioned place you're watching this. Oh! For Hagee, wraparound chance. Couldn't get it to go. Barkov, saved by Anderson. 6:01. Yeah, good job for Florida here, picking up the tempo. Donnell says it's been 12 seasons now that the Jets have missed the playoffs. Last time they made it was 2010 when they made it to the AFC Championship game. That's crazy. Aren't there rumors? I'm not a football expert in the slightest. Like I barely watch football. Isn't there a rumor that Tom Brady could go to the Jets, or am I just making that up? I feel like I heard that somewhere. I might have to look that up because I'm curious. Jacob, it says 3-2 Canada in overtime over Sweden. We move on to the semis. Sarah Nurse, overtime hero. Yes, the Women's World Championships are in progress. I honestly don't even tune into that tournament until the gold medal game because I know it's going to be US-Canada, barring some crazy upset. Easy save for Lion. And then Jacob says the Angels are winning it all this year. The Los Angeles Angels. Look at that. So you think Ohtani and Trout are going to get it done? That's a bold prediction because I feel like the Angels haven't made the playoffs a whole lot. So that would be crazy if they won it this year. It's a big year for the Angels, though, because I'm pretty sure Ohtani's contract expires this year. So if the Angels are not really in a playoff spot, Ohtani might, want to go somewhere else. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on. Because I am a huge, huge fan of Shohei Ohtani. I love watching him pitch. Keenan says, would you start Alex Lyon in the playoffs? Oh, boy. I mean, I'm not an expert on the Florida Panthers. I probably would give it to Sergey because of, his experience in the postseason. Give it to Sergey. And then if he, messes up, give it to Lyon. I think Alex Lyon is totally capable of, being the goalie for the Panthers, but you have an experienced veteran like Bobrovsky. I think you gotta at least give him game one and see how it goes. Donnell says, yes, I'm actually watching the Devils against the Capitals. Rangers versus Leafs. Clicking back and forth, but the Devil have Blackwood and nets. Is it Vanacek, the starter for the Devils? That's also a weak point for me. They don't have that great of goaltending. Vanacek, to me, is not like a really, really good goaltender. He's just kind of another guy, I think, Vanacek. And then Blackwood is Blackwood, backup. Angus says it's 82 in St. Louis. Yeah, very hot in the Midwest. I think the West Coast is probably cooler, like in Seattle. I think I saw it was like 60 there. Jacob says it's 11 degrees Celsius here. I live in the U.S. system, so I don't know what that is. 11 Celsius. Why would I want 11 Celsius to Kelvin? Unless I'm doing some project. Oh my God, Jacob. 51.8 degrees. I'd take that any day. Jacob says Tom Brady retired. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where I heard that from, but I heard something that like, oh, he might come back to the Jets or whatever. But yeah, he should retire. I thought he should have retired when he won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Am I remembering that? He won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers, right? My football knowledge is getting tested, and it's pretty poor. Yes, he did in 2020. Yeah, he probably should have retired when he won the Super Bowl. So you leave winner on top. Hooking penalty on Stall. So Panthers to the power play with 4:04 to go in the first. Panthers power play. Yeah, I mean that's one of those like BS like hooking calls. You touch the hands and it's a penalty. It's soft, but it's the rules. Oh, Reinhardt Oates almost had a chance there, but Florida gets it out. Sorry, Carolina gets it out. What do we think about Carolina with the red helmets? I feel like they changed that mid-season. It looks all right. I don't know. I like the white helmets with the white jersey. Man, that's just my old-fashioned jersey style in me, or whatever. Oh, they're calling it penalty on Florida. High sticking on Brady Shea. Or sorry, Brady Shea got high sticked. Penalties on Reinhardt, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 52 seconds. And then the rest will be a power play for Carolina. Donnell says, no, Brady's not coming to the Jets. He's retired, and you don't want him on the Jets anyways. There you go. Eric says 1-0 Penguins. Mike Trout is the GOAT of the 2000s. Of baseball, of all the players that have been around in the 2000s. I mean, I feel like you could, I don't know. I think of like early 2000s, like, you know, there's your Miguel Cabreras who are elite. There was, I feel like the Twins had a really good team in like 2007 that I remember a lot of good players on. Like Francisco Liriano comes to mind. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much baseball. Jacob says it's showtime. Donnell, happy the Penguins missed the playoffs. They would have made the playoffs for the 17th straight season. Yeah, that's hard. It was them and the Seattle Sounders who had the longest playoff streaks in North America. And the Sounders missed the playoffs for the first time in their franchise history, which started in 2009 for MLS play. I think they made it 12 straight or 13 straight years, which was the second longest, and Pittsburgh 16 straight, couldn't get it done this year. But that's crazy. I don't know if that's ever going to be achieved again. 17 straight years. That's impressive in the NHL. Not that impressive in MLS because over half the conference makes the playoffs in MLS, but in the NHL, it's difficult. The Powerball power play. Oh my goodness. 2 minutes left here in the game. 1:04 left on the power play for Carolina. I would not be surprised if Ohtani walks at the end of the year. The Angels are eternal overspenders. Yeah, I don't know. Who could afford Ohtani? He'd make it work, I guess. Jacob says the Devils and Islanders are both first-round exits. So, yeah, once the period ends, we'll look at the matchups as it stands when the period ends. But if I was a betting man, I would agree, Jacob. My heart doesn't agree with you with the Islanders, but my brain does. Good puck movement here by Carolina. Natchez down low. Back to Natchez. Goes up top for Burns. That's their play. Line made the save. Good keep by Natchez. Last minute here in the first. A tip shot goes wide. Florida back to full strength. And Reinhart puts it in deep. Good job by Reinhart to get out of the box and defend like crazy. Donnell, it's going to be weird without Crosby and Ovechkin in the playoffs, but it's kind of awesome in a way. Yeah, it's the passing of the torch, I think. I think the Crosby and Ovi era is coming to an end soon. But yeah, that is weird. And it looks like that's going to do it. 1-0 Carolina. Shots 12-11 for them as well. Good period by both teams. I thought Carolina had more of the play in the first half, and then Florida asserted themselves more in the second half. The goal, not on Alex Line, just a shot from Burns, deflected off for Hagee and got past him, so can't blame Line there. Donnell, I hope your Golden Knights be gone out the playoffs. Always coming here dissing my local team. Yeah, who would Vegas play? So Vegas would probably play Seattle or Winnipeg, most likely. Oh, I don't know. I don't see Seattle doing anything in the playoffs. I mean, they could. Winnipeg's been a hot and cold team this year. Good home record. Basically been 500 on the road. But you could see it happening. You could see it happening. But I don't think Vegas is going to lose in the first round. Jacob, Ovi and the Craps deserve not to make the playoffs. They're always overrated, and Ovi is the only reason why they ever made the playoffs. I don't think about that. You had Backstrom, Oshie, Kuznetsov, Braden Holtby, and Nets. I mean, they had a good team. Donnell says the Devils scored. Eric, 3-1 Capitals. Jacob says Vegas winning it all this year, and your poopy teams will make it out of the second round. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, who has the best team of all the New York teams? Who has the best shot, you think? I'm assuming you guys are going to go with the Rangers. How much time? Period's over. Sorry, lots of comments. Lots of comments here. Doing my best. Dom play. Jets should get Lamar Jackson. Jeff says, "Hey Grant, I'm doing good, Jeff. Hope your day is going well. Busy. Hot as well. I'm just like sweating standing in my room because it's warm." We got Donnell and Jacob getting into it. Stay civil, boys. Let's stay civil. Have a fair fight. He's a hater on other NHL teams. Acts like his Golden Knights are so damn awesome, which they're not. That's why they missed the playoffs last season. Islanders could play 3 teams: Bruins, Hurricanes, or Devils. Islanders can't play the Devils. That just mathematically and how the standings work, that cannot happen. They're either playing Carolina or Boston. Rangers could play 2 teams: Devils or Hurricanes. So yeah, does this have live standings? Yes, it does. Okay. So as it stands right now, the Boston Bruins would face the Florida Panthers. The Islanders would face the Hurricanes. The Devils would face the Rangers, and Toronto would face Tampa. That would be your Eastern Conference matchups if everything holds so far. It is. Let me get the scores. So our game's 1-0 Carolina. It is 3-1 to Washington over the Devils. So that's the big game to watch. If the Devils end up winning that game, Carolina has to win in order to maintain first in the Metro. But if Carolina wins, it doesn't matter what New Jersey does. So I think the matchups I just said is what most likely is going to happen at this point, which would be fun. I think Florida, honestly, they're probably going to get swept by Boston. I do not see Florida matching up well at all with Boston. Islanders and Hurricanes, I bet you the Islanders win like a game or 2 and get bounced. I see the Rangers going over the Devils. And then I see Toronto. I see Toronto going over Tampa this year. I think they're going to get it done this year. I think it's got to happen. It has to happen this year. It doesn't happen this year with that team. I don't know what you do at that point. It's a good thing I don't work for Toronto. Keenan says the Islanders will beat Boston if they ended up playing Boston. I don't know about that, Keenan. My heart wants that to happen, but I doubt it. And then Jacob says the best team in New York are the Trash Cans. There you go. Oh, we'll get rid of this. So we'll take a break here. End of the first period. I think it's going to start. Second period will start in like 10 minutes at this point. Yeah, about 10 minutes. So we'll be back for the start of the second period. Get a break, fill the water bottle, and get a snack probably because I'm hungry. And we'll be back. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the Hockey Podcast Network. And thank you to the sponsors, DraftKings and Raycons. Use promo code THPN if you want to sign up for DraftKings or purchase any Raycon products. You get a nice discount on headphones, gaming headphones, earbuds, etc. You can get headphones that have a little mic there. Very fancy stuff. But yes, we'll step aside, let the sponsors do their thing. You're watching the Hurricanes and Panthers live watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network. All right, we are back for the start of the second period. Thank you, as always, to the sponsors, DraftKings and Raycons. Make sure you use the promo code THPN if you want to sign up for DraftKings, or if you want to get any Raycon products, you get a nice little discount. I think it's like 15%, 10%. Oh, I'm looking at the bracket right now. They have a nice on the Bali, whatever, Carolina thing. If the Islanders got through the Hurricanes in the first round, they have to play the winner of the Devils and Rangers. I tell you what, I'd favor the Islanders over both of those teams. So like, get past the first round of the Islanders, and you could make it back. You could. Maybe that's the hopeful in me. But anywho, we're underway to start the second. Oh, lots of comments here. But yes, if you are new, everybody, make sure you do subscribe to THPN. That's what we're all here for tonight. If you're interested in any of the content that I do on YouTube, Granny Keem YouTube channel, I do watch-alongs like this. I might do some more Islander streams for the playoffs. We'll see if I feel up for it. Maybe not. And then I mostly do gaming streams. So I'm playing Red Dead 2, which has been lots of fun. The whole point of the gaming series is that I'm not a gamer in the slightest. If you couldn't tell, I'm 23, and I feel like I have the soul of a 60-year-old man in a 23-year-old body. So me playing video games is probably frustrating for people to watch, but also funny at the same time. That's kind of the whole point of the series. LA score! Deflected past Alex Lyon, and Carolina makes it 2-0. Less than 2 minutes into the second. Kotkaniemi's 18th of the year. That's a mouthful. Kotkaniemi. Good forecheck by Carolina. This is why they're dangerous, that forecheck. I feel like that's death to the Islanders, that hard forecheck that Carolina does. But good. Nate just get a tip on it. I think Kotkaniemi is going to get credit for it, but Nate just might have gotten a stick on it. Doesn't matter. It's still 2-0 Carolina. And now I think did Washington score too? Washington has made it 4-1. So I think at this point, it's basically a lock that Islanders are the first wildcard team and Florida is the second wildcard team, barring something crazy happening. I think that's how the cookies are going to crumble. Here we go. It's where we left off. Gave up on the Blues long ago. Yes, the Blues gotta rethink. Jacob wants to work at ESPN talking trash. Chill out, man. That's like isn't there a scene in Drake and Josh with the Theater Thug episode where Drake goes, "Whoa, just take it easy, man." That's a great episode, The Theater Thug. Kachuk. Good sauce to Lindell. Shot blocked. And Stahl will put it in deep. Oh, the clapper misses by Gudis. Man, Carolina's tired. We got the lawn change in the second. Kachuk wraparound, couldn't get it to go, and Freddie Anderson's going to cover it. 16-51. Donnell Grant, I will tell you about Jacob when Neil's on live and maybe doing a Devils game, and he always hates on him, and the Devils always trolling. That's okay. I can take the trolling. I troll too. I troll the Islanders as well. So I definitely am taking it. I'm taking it easy on the Islanders. Realistically, I think it's better for the franchise if the Islanders would have missed the playoffs. So then Lou would be like, man, we can't run the same team back again. Let's make changes. But with us making the playoffs, and if we do get bounced in the first round, which we likely will, I feel like Lou is going to be like, all right, let's make changes because this team can still win a cup, which they can't. But I could potentially see a little run for the Islanders. You could see it. They're not going to make it to the finals, but you get past Carolina somehow, some way, and you never know. And I don't know if you guys remember this. Oh, no. 2-on-1. Save by Lyon. Rebound. Another save by Lyon. 2-on-1 for Carolina, and they couldn't score. As I was saying, if you remember last season in the playoffs, Carolina couldn't win a road game. They were winless on the road. They were undefeated at home ice. You know, that worked in the first round. They couldn't get past the Rangers in the second round. So if the Islanders can win their home games and steal a game on the road, if Sorokin can steal a game on the road, you could see it happening. I'm just too hopeful. I just get too hopeful my team's in the playoffs. That's what's the problem. Donnell says he's a jerk, always acting like his Golden Knights is all that, and a hater. That's okay. If he wants to hate on other teams, that's okay. I don't really do that. I don't really hate on other teams. I just say what I think is true and what's going on. I'm a realist. Stir the pots. Yes. Got you. You know who he is. Seen him before. Donnell, are you at? He's basically at almost every stream. Almost everyone. Me and Donnell are big jersey guys. We always talk about jerseys. I don't have a Florida or Carolina jersey, so I'm just I'm basically a model for, how do I say this, everybody? It's not roots. Roots? Is it roots or roots? I think it's roots. I think I've been corrected and it's supposed to be roots. But yeah, I have a Roots hat on, the Roots t-shirt on. Oh, Kachuk just threw a punch at Stahl. Bad boy, Kachuk. You have to sit down, boy. Cross-checking on Kachuk. So Carolina, the power play. Yeah, it's terrible by Kachuk. How do the refs not catch that? You can't punch a dude in the face without getting another penalty. Oh. Doof. If I know one is on live. Nick says, I've been subbed for 2 months. Great. It's awesome. North Carolina, question mark. That is where the Hurricanes are from, but the game's in Sunrise, Florida. Never been to Florida. I'm not sure if I ever will visit. Not my scene. Ekblad 2-on-1 with Barkov. Couldn't get it to go. It was a very brief 2-on-1. But Carolina still on the power play. Aho to Burns. Oh, good save by Lyon. Stabs it out of the air. If I don't know, that's a good metaphor. You stab it as like you grab the puck out of the air. I don't know. Eric says 4-1 Capitals, and the Capitals are playing the Devils, who, if the Devils won today and Carolina lost, then New Jersey would be first in the Metro. But obviously, we have Carolina getting the job done. So it looks like Carolina is going to be first and New Jersey second. Eric says the Devils pulled Blackwood, so I think that means Vitek Vanacek's in. Unless they're playing some other goaltender that I don't know of. Blackhawks and Blue Jackets kind of sucked this year, and they lost to Philadelphia Flyers in overtime. I was at the Flyers game. Owen Tippett got the goal, says Nick. Yeah, it's a good year, though, for the Blackhawks and Blue Jackets. It's a good year to suck. It's a great year to suck. This is the year that you want to suck. That Bedard sweepstakes lottery is going to be fun to watch. I don't know when that is. It's got to be soon, right? The lottery. It usually happens during the first round. That'll be fun. If he goes to Chicago, that'd be great. You lose Kane, and then Taves said he's not coming back next season. Lose Kane and Taves, and we got Bedard. One stud to another. Keenan says, how do you think Alex Lyon would do in the playoffs? I think he'd be just fine. I don't know if he has any NHL playoff experience. I think he played for Yale, who went to the NCAA tournament a few times while he was there. So he has that under his belt. Obviously, NCAA tournament, very different to Stanley Cup playoffs. And I don't know if he ever went to the playoffs in the minors. He probably did. But he's a solid goaltender. Not great, nothing special, but he's solid. He's a solid backup. You can't do that, Kachuk. Yeah, that's how his name should be spelled. If it was spelled that way, no one would mispronounce it. Bruh, I was so bored and saw the stream, and then I came, says Nick. Thank you for joining. Angus says, I was born in northern Florida, kind of a weird state. It feels like, I don't know. I wouldn't feel safe in Florida. I'll just say that. I feel like I wouldn't feel that safe. Unless I was in Disney World, then I'd feel safe. Oh, the women's with gymnastics championships. Look at that. Out of town scores. If you're curious, Boston is beating Montreal 2-1, solidifying themselves as the best team ever, basically in NHL history. Tampa Bay has a 1-0 lead over the Detroit Red Wings. 4-1 Washington still over the Devils. Buffalo and Ottawa playing a meaningless game 2-2. In the second, Pittsburgh and Columbus tied at 1. The Rangers have a 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. I'm assuming the Maple Leafs are resting basically the whole lineup. Winnipeg and Colorado. That could be a first-round matchup potentially. That's scoreless in the first. Wild and Nashville, scoreless in the first. Nashville was close. They were close, but got so far. I think Calgary is probably the biggest disappointment. I thought they would make the playoffs this year. They play the style. They play that playoff defense first style and have good goaltending with Markstrom, but didn't work in the regular season. But yeah, Bedard sweepstakes. I mean, Columbus and Anaheim and Chicago and San Jose are like clumped together around. They average like 60 points. If you did the averages, probably. Or the median, taking you back to, oh man, 5th grade math, and we learned about medians and ranges and all that nonsense. I remember doing those worksheets. What's the range of these set of numbers? What's the median? What's the... But actually, median and average were different, right? Average is when you added everything up and divided by the number of numbers there were. Median was when you had to line up the numbers in order, and then you slashed them out one by one until there was one left. And then if there was 2 numbers left, you add them together and divide it by 2. See, you got not only am I such an amazing hockey analyst, I'm also a fantastic mathematician. The double threat. He loves hockey, and he's a master at mathematics. Move over Stephen Hawking. And then with Nick says, "Bruh, don't give your info." I don't know what you're talking about, bruh, with my info. I'm not giving my social security number away. Bruh, with Disney, I'm terrified of Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I have no interest in going to Disney World or Disneyland. I don't know what's in freaking Florida World lands. No interest. The Harry Potter world looks kind of cool. So I don't know if I met someone who was a huge Harry Potter fan and wanted to go, then I'd go. But I'm not just going to go on my own free will. I would go for someone else. Is basically what I'm saying. Still 2-0 in the game. We got 11:20 left here in the second. Shot 16-12 for Carolina. Oh, a chance here. Saved by Freddie. Good save by Freddie. Here comes Carolina. Aho has got Jarvis in front. Goes behind the net. Good D by Gudis. Lost his glove. You don't need gloves. That's okay. I know it's crazy. We were talking about baseball in the first period. They used to play baseball without gloves. Like the catcher would catch pitches without a glove. Like in the 90s or whatever. I can't believe that. What a bunch of idiots. Like, how would you not think, oh, we got to make some protection for my hand, because every time I catch a pitch, it hurts my hand, and after a game, my hand is just blue and black because it's taking a beating. I can't believe that. It took, I saw some, at the Baseball Hall of Fame, they had, gloves from different eras, and it took until, the 1940s until there was a proper glove that had some protection. Insane. Sun Swine, we got a Florida fan, it looks like, in the house. I said Florida was going to win tonight, but it looks like they're not. I thought they'd be more motivated to win so they could avoid Boston. But it looks like we're going to have a Bobcat and a Bruin or Bear matchup. And I think if that matchup happened in nature, I'm taking that Grizzly Bear all day over a Bobcat. Grizzly Bear would devour a Bobcat. Grizzly bears eat bobcats for breakfast. But he says Alex Lyon was on the Chicago Wolves last season who won the Calder Cup. Oh. So there you go. He has experience. Plenty of experience. Stall! Saved by Lyon. I don't watch a whole lot of AHL. So thank you, Sun Swine, for letting me know. Eric Gilliam says Leafs versus Hurricanes in the East Finals. Ooh, where's Boston? No Boston? You think Toronto's beating Boston? I don't know. President's Trophy, the curse is real. However, I think this Boston team's different. There's such a huge gap between Boston and everyone else in the East. It's just, yeah. It's not like Boston won the President's Trophy by like a couple points. This was like, I mean, let me take a look at the point gapage, if that's a word. 133 points. The next closest team is Carolina with 111. There's a 21. No. Math, Grant. 22-point gap between Boston and the next closest team in the East. So, I mean, it's hard to not pick Boston out of the Atlantic. I think it'll be Boston and Carolina. It'll be Boston, Carolina. At Eric Gilliam, like the hockey expert. Medium is relatively, average is 50%. Thank you, Angus. And then Angus says Disney has a lot of Karens, I bet. Line will cover with 638. And TV timeout. With Angus born in Northern Florida. Oh, when Angus says born in Northern Florida, I said don't give your info. Oh, Nick. Well, I just say I'm born in, I've always said I'm from Minnesota, so. I was born and raised in Minnesota. I don't mind people knowing that. I always tell people that. Don Pla, how much time do they have? I just said that. Angus says there's an 1860s baseball rules team in my hometown that includes no gloves. Ridiculous. How stupid is that? I mean, that's the dumbest thing. It's like with the helmets in hockey. Like, how idiotic do you have to be to not play hockey with a helmet? Like, that's just stupid. I mean, that's where we were back in the 1890s, early 1900s with health and safety. You know what's interesting? I just discovered on ESPN Plus that Eli Manning show or whatever, it's called Eli's Places. And he went to Princeton. You know, he talked about the birth of college football, and it was the first game ever was between Princeton and Rutgers. And there's like he had like there's artwork of that game taking place because I think it was before cameras were invented, or there were no cameras on site. I'm sure cameras were around, but there was no camera like photographing the event, so there was a painting of it. Football, I think it was played with like a sphere ball, and there were no helmets, no pads, no nothing, just guys tackling each other, knocking each other out, tackling guys through fences. Like, it was crazy. So yeah, I probably would have avoided sports back in the day because I wouldn't want to get knocked out like all the time or have my hand be battered from baseball. Nick says it was a nightmare. Oh, major hit. Major hit at center ice. Martinook, slow to get up on his feet. I think Martinook got the worst of that. We got to see the replay. Out of the corner of my eye, I just saw a body go flying through the air. Yeah, Martinook's in the tunnel right now. Look, he's getting looked at by the medical doctor. Here's Aho on a breakaway. Saved by Lion. Verhaeghe puts it in deep for Florida. Another mini breakaway. Natchez couldn't get it to go. There comes Florida. Oh, end to end we go. Man, I want to see a replay of that hit. There's been no whistles. Nick says, it was a nightmare when I went to the Flyers game. The Phillies were playing too. I've been to a Flyers game once. I really like how they have all the arenas next to each other. I think that was smart. I took the subway, whatever subway system they have in Philly. I remember it being very dirty and not very nice. But yeah, it is cool how they have all the arenas next to each other. It is in a very bad location, though. Like, I don't think it's that safe of an area. But it's whatever. United Center is in a bad area, too, in Chicago. But you're generally safe going to games there. They got 3:50 left in the second. Angus says some teams need to change their name to the Cougars, the Florida Cougars. That's probably Cougar. The Cougar capital of the world is Florida. And I'm not talking about the hockey team. I'm talking about grandmas. What's going on, Nick? Why are we doing this face? Why are we spamming this face? I don't even know what that is. It's just like maybe is that the Brandon Tanev face that you're giving me? Disney has a lot of Karens. And Nick says, bruh. What's up, bruh? Oh. Bruh. Come on, bruh. Hoya, says Nick. That's like, isn't that a vine? I feel like that's a fine. Eric says 3-2 Canadians. They're not beating Boston, are they? They are beating Boston. Oh, how the tables have turned in Montreal. 2:06 left. I think Carolina iced it, so it'll be a face-off in their zone. But yeah, big period by Alex Lyon, keeping the Panthers in the game. Now, I tell you what, I've seen Alex Lyon play twice in the past week. Why not start him game one? I think he's capable. Why not? Obviously, I'm not a Panther expert, but why not go for it? Seeing a lot of people get offended and throw temper tantrums. There's you over nothing, says Angus. Talking about Disneyland or Worlds. Nick says, when I said I was in third, I was lying. I go to Boston University. I play for the Boston University Terriers. By the way, that's it. I know Boston University Terriers. I know Boston University. What position are you, Nick? I'm assuming you're a goalie because it's in the net with Nick. I just started playing goalie this fall, and I'm learning all the ins and outs of it, and it's very fun. I enjoy being a goaltender. But I just do like adult leagues to because I want to ease my way up to higher levels of adult leagues. So starting with kind of in the average middle level and then hopefully work my way up so I can play at the same level as I am as a player. Yeah, Boston University, if the only championship I can think of Boston University having was the 09 game when they beat Miami. That was a crazy game. I remember watching that at my grandma's house. That was insane. Because I think it was 2-1 Miami. No, it was like 3-1 Miami. And then they made a 3-2 Boston did with like a minute left. And then they scored again to tie it 3-3. And then they won in overtime. And then Nick says, bruh, I used to play on a lacrosse team called the Cougars when I was 5. Thanks, Nick. What's up, bruh? What's up, bruh? Bruh. Square up, bruh. You want to square up? I'll annoy you. Yeah, give me the Brandon Tanev face. Yeah, give me Brandon Tanev. Bruh. I've never ever called any human being bruh before. I've never. That's not in my vocabulary. Come on, bruh. Never bro too. I've said bro a few times, like if I'm doing a game, playing a video game or something, but I would never call someone bro in public or anything, like on the street. That's fine. I don't mind. You can call me bro. One more thing. I'm only in third game, but I do play for a tier 1 team. And I'm a left winner. So what do you play for Boston University? I feel like that's a lie. You play for a tier 1 team and you're left. Are you committed to Boston University or do you actually play on the team currently? Like have you made the team? Angus is laughing, and then Nick says, bruh, I'll fight you, bruh. Nick says, nice, bruh. Make it your vocab, bruh. Yeah, Martinook, I don't know what happened. I missed the replay because Nick was saying bruh too much. Florida trying to get something here late. Jarvis shot goes wide. 5 seconds left. And that's going to do it. So 2-0 Carolina. 1 goal in the first from Brett Burns. 1 goal in the second from Kotkaniemi. Shots 23-15 for Carolina. Very boring night. I thought this would be more exciting, but the Capitals taking care of business, Carolina taking care of business, which means we basically already know the matchups already, and the game's not even over. Well, here are the stats. If you're interested, I'll leave it here. Angus says, my son likes to call me dog. It is what 20-somethings call others these days. I've never said dog. I call people by their first name is what I do. If I don't know their name, I don't know. I would just say, hey, man, what's up? Like, I go, hey, man. That's how I introduce myself. But I think I have to stop. I have to stop doing that because nowadays you can't tell if someone's like a guy or a girl or who they identify with. So I should probably stop doing that. So you can't assume that someone's a man. Nick says, you're right, bruh. I have seen the team play, but I do want to play on the team. Okay, so you don't play for BU. Okay. Eric says, Devils scored on the power play. Did they? 4-2 now. Well, it doesn't matter. If Carolina wins, they're locked up as the 1 seed in the Metro. And then Nick says, okay, well, I'll shut up since I'm annoying people saying bruh. I don't mind. If you want to keep saying bruh, I don't mind. It's just funny to read out loud because I never say bruh. So it's funny to say it out loud. Come on, bruh. I thought I was your bruh. I feel like you can make a movie and the characters just say bruh. Like two brothers get in a fight and they're like, I thought I was your bruh. But out of town scores: Montreal 3-2, Carolina 2-0, Tampa 1-0 lead, Washington 4-2. And anything else of interest? Colorado is a 1-0 lead. They need to win out to get first in the division, I think. Basically, because the Dallas Stars can only get to 108. So they do have to win out. They basically have to win out. So, yeah. And Nick says, Sayonara, bruh. JK, bruh. Isn't there a TikTok, the Zoolander thing? I feel like that was a huge TikTok movement like a month ago or 2 months ago. It's like, excuse me, bruh. And no, it's like, and I'm not your bra or whatever from like Zoolander. And then Angus says, a man calling a woman a duck is supposedly a term of endearment. There you go. And then if I made a YouTube channel, I would be like, bra, 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 brew, bra, bra, blah, blah, bra, says Nick. There you go. Oh, we'll step aside here. We'll be back for the third period in about 10 minutes or so. 2-0 Carolina. We'll let the sponsors do their thing. Thank you, as always, for everyone tuning in. It's been a fun stream so far. It's been a hot stream, temperature-wise, for me. Very warm in Minnesota. And in my bedroom, very warm. I might need a towel like this, like Kakanyemi here. But yes, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to THPN. You can follow us on the social medias at HockeyPodNet is the Insta and Twitter. My YouTube handle and Twitter handle is at Grant Akeem if you want to give me a follow there. My Insta is at Grant_Akeem. And if you want to help support the channel with a donation, you do that through the live chat. And the sponsors. Yes, thank you to the sponsors, DraftKings and Raycons. Use promo code THPN if you want to sign up for DraftKings or get any Raycon products. We'll step aside, let the sponsors do their thing with advertisements. You're watching the Hurricanes and Panthers live watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network. All right, we are back for the start of the third period. Thank you as always to the sponsors, DraftKings and Raycon. Use promo code THPN if you want to sign up for DraftKings or get a discount on Raycon products such as headphones, earbuds, gaming headsets, all that jazz. They got some cool stuff. Right, 2-0 Carolina. If the results hold, the first round matchups would be Boston and Florida, Carolina on the Islanders, Devils, Rangers, Toronto, and Tampa. Toronto, Tampa. As it stands. We'll see what happens. Barring anything crazy happening, those are going to be the results. We got Rod Brindamore there with the nice red tie, looking dapper. Get this back up. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy Thursday. Happy second to last day in the NHL regular season. There's a couple games on Friday, and then we have to wait all the way until Monday until the playoffs start. So we have a weekend of no hockey, which is sad, but it'll be fun when the playoffs start. First round's always the best. You get games basically back to back. It's nice. Every day, basically, too. But yeah, we're underway, by the way. We got 19-20 left here in the third. Well, Burns shot goes wide. Good pressure by Carolina. They've been really good right off the opening faceoff in every period. Really good forecheck. But yes, I said Florida was going to win today. It looks like that's not going to happen. Here we go. Let's catch up with their comments. Oh, they score! The Florida Panthers get on the board, and it's 2-1. About a minute 20, minute 14 into the third. It's the captain, Barkov. So the shutout, no shutout for Freddie. That's a good shot by Barkov. Little toe drag release. Toe drag release, the Bedard special. If you know, you know. Through, I think, might have been through the armpit of Freddie, or through the glove, leg pad area. Well, there you go. Florida's got life. Nothing's guaranteed. And as a reminder, so if Carolina does blow this game, it doesn't matter. From their perspective, they would still end up as first in the Metro because the Devils are losing. Unless the Devils came back and won against Washington, then they would drop down to second. Because it's still 4-2 Washington over New Jersey. However, if Florida does come back, that means they would jump the Islanders, and the Islanders would have to face Boston. So big period for Islander fans if you want to avoid Boston, and Florida Panther fans. Nick says, mad. Excuse me, brah. You're excused, and I'm not your brah. Yeah, that's the TikTok. Yeah. Hot stream language wise to, says Angus. Andrew says, hi, Grant. What's up, Andrew? Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. You're actually watching the game as we're on the stream. Amazing. That's how you do watch-alongs right there. You got the game on the TV. You got me on the laptop, iPad, iPhone, whatever, and you watch it simultaneously. If anybody needs help syncing the stream to the game, let me know, and I can let you know what my clock is doing. So like 17, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, and so on. Don Pla, little vampire emoji, says, one more period, let's go. Yes. Andrew says, how was the first period? It's basically been all Carolina, but Florida got to go here. They have life. They're playing better. Grant, when are you back? I don't know, Andrew. I do about a stream a week on the channel. I am going to do a Red Dead stream tomorrow on my personal channel, Grant Akeem channel. And then also one on Saturday. I've been busy this week, so I haven't been able to do any Red Dead streams, but we'll do a Friday, Saturday special. We'll see. It might be afternoon. It might be at night. We'll see how it goes. Tell me where the freak's at. Any freaks in the house? Eric says Jets will play either Vegas or Oilers in the first round. Yeah, if we take a look at the West, it's probably easier on here because we get live standings on here. Oh, I can't look at live standings. I have to look at another team. Oh, they score! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. 2-2 game. 16:27 left, and it's 2-2. Not what you want to see if you're an Islander fan right now. Oh, no. Oh, no. So as it stands right now, Florida would play Carolina. Sorry, Florida would play Carolina right now. They would play Carolina. Because I believe they have the tiebreaker over the Islanders. So even if Florida gets 93 points, only a point out of this game, they own the tiebreaker, right? Or am I not? No. Actually, wait. They both have 40. Let's figure this out. They both have 42 wins. Oh, no. The tiebreaker is regulation. It's regulation and overtime wins is the tiebreaker, right? Okay, so I take that back. Florida needs 2 points then because the Islanders have... Well, no, it gets interesting because what if... No. Yes. Okay, I got it. Yeah, so Florida needs to win in overtime or regulation. They can't lose and get a point. I thought they had the tiebreaker over us. But if you look at the ROWs, we have one more than they do. So I believe that is the first tiebreaker. Sorry to confuse everybody. So Florida does need 2 points out of this game to jump the Islanders. They can't just get a point and tie break their way up to first in the wild card. Okay, that makes sense. So many variables. There's so many variables. I think that's the tiebreaker. ROW is the first tiebreaker. Keenan says, I kind of want both teams to lose so I can see this series. Yeah, this would be a good series. Carolina, Florida. Islanders, Boston would be very physical. That'd be a very, very physical series. Andrew says, poor Kim. 4-3 Washington when New Jersey is coming back. No. Yes. I don't know what I want. Yes. Wow. Okay. Well, I made a I tweeted on my Twitter at Grant Akeem that, oh, it looks like the Islanders are playing the Hurricanes. It looks like it's a done deal. Oh, wow. Jeez, man. Yeah, if Carolina loses and the Devils win, Devils are first. Carolina would play the Rangers. Isles would play Boston. Florida would get New Jersey. Wild. Yeah, that sucks. That you do not want to be on that side of the bracket either. Because let's say that if the Islanders somehow got past Carolina, then they would play the Devils or the Rangers, which I think is an easier matchup rather than playing the winner of Tampa, Toronto. So yeah, you'd rather be on the Metro side of the bracket versus the Atlantic side, I think. Wow. Yeah, this could change in a matter of minutes, folks. The playoff matchups. I thought they were done and dusted. Refs who suck chance. I didn't see the missed call. Come on, Carolina. Eric Devils down by 1. Leafs tied it up 1-1. They score! Brett Burns again. Carolina gets the lead right back. There we go. 13:53 left. 3-2 Carolina. Brett Burns again from the same spot as the first period. Yeah, it's a quick little snapshot off the boards. Kind of caught Line off guard there. Well, there you go. 3-2 Carolina. They're back on top. Islanders back to facing the Hurricanes. Another shot, scores! 4-2. Wow, it's a goal fest here in the third period. Fast with the goal. Just like that. Just like that. That's what? That's 4 goals, right? 2 goals for each team. 4 goals in less than 7 minutes. Wow. Yeah, terrible defense by Florida. That is terrible. Left 2 Carolina guys all alone with Alex Lyon to get the rebound. Yeah, 2 goals, 21 seconds apart for Carolina. 2-goal lead restored. All is well again. All is well again in Islander country. Andrews has 3-2 Habs over Boston. I need under 6.5. Do you see it happening in this game? No. I think another team's going to score at this point. It's very volatile. It's a volatile game right now. Because right now we're at 6 goals. How much time? We have 12:30 now. 12:30. Andrew says OMG. Don says how much time is left? 12:20. Don. 12:20. Andrew says embarrassing. The Florida crowd is chanting, refs, you suck, because they're down 4-2. They think it's the referee's fault. That's the hockey IQ in Florida right there. Oh, puck loose in front. Aho clears it out. Your shots 28-20 for Carolina. Here comes Aho. Here's Chatfield. Shot goes wide. Why do I feel like Chatfield should work at Twitter or something? I feel like he should work at a social media website. Chatfield. Maybe when he retires from hockey, he'll start his own social media, like WhatsApp or something. We'll take a TV timeout. That was a big 7 minutes there. 4 goals. That was nuts. Angus says, lead the sports chant authors to the Europeans. Yeah, European atmospheres are where it's at, even for hockey. They have crazy atmospheres in those, like German league hockey is always good. It's incredible. I wish we had that in the States. I wish we had that, but that's okay. Don Pla says, please, no more goals. I see 6:38 has transpired, or is that the clock? I think there's like 11 something left. But yeah, what's going on in the other games? New Jersey 4-3 over Washington. Sorry, Washington 4-3 over the Devils. Backwards. Our game is 4-2. Tampa 2-0 lead over Detroit. Pittsburgh is winning. Like that matters. Winnipeg, Colorado. That has implications for matchups. They're tied at 1-1 in the second. Nashville beating the Wild 2-1. Wild have nothing to play for. They're stuck in the third spot in the Central. Dallas can still be first. They got to win that game against the Blues. And then Colorado looking to basically have to win out if they want to be first. I think they might be able to lose a game in overtime and still do it. No, they can't. They have to win out, Colorado. I'm looking at... Wait, no, sorry. ROW is the tiebreaker. I think they could get 3 out of 4 points and still be first. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, we have 10:45 left here in the third. Comes Carolina. Stahl. Shot goes wide. That was a nice little pass there. Yeah, thing with Carolina, they're just a team that they never quit and they're very stingy. Like whenever you feel like you have the upper hand on the Carolina, they'll just pound you with 2 goals in a non-consensual way. They'll just pound you in a non-consensual way, with you not even knowing it. They'll pound you. I probably should have chosen a better word, but that's what I went with. Dom Plus says the clock. I'm looking at ESPN clock. Yeah, the clock we have here, as Angus is saying, it's soccer style, counting up. It's weird. Dom Plus says, please, no more goals. Well, how much money do you have on the line, Dom Plus? I remember the Islanders playing Carolina in 2019 in that playoff series, and that was very frustrating. Whenever we had a lead, Carolina always got a goal right away. Here's Natchez. Shot blocked. Oh, weird bounce off the boards. Hate when that happens. Dom Plus says $200. Wow, you'll lose $200 if another goal is scored. Oh, that's a lot of money from my perspective because I'm a broke college student. The most I would bet is like $50 or something. Here's Kachuk. Shot. Oh, what a stop by Freddie. Another shot. Hit the post. Oh, wow. That somehow didn't go in. I don't know how. I don't know if Freddie Anderson is using the force. It somehow didn't go in a wide open net. Yeah, this game is very volatile at the moment. You got to be careful. You could see Florida tying this game up here. You could see it. Forsling, saved by Freddie. And Carolina will chip it out. No icing, ref. No icing. Thank you. Good call, ref. Good call. Donnell says the Devils tie the game against the Capitals. Wow, they did. That's meaningless, though. It's meaningless if Carolina holds. Chatfield, blocked away by Lyon. 2-on-1 for... Oh, good D. Good D by Chatfield. Lomberg could have been in. Donnell says the Rangers just let Maple Leafs take the lead, losing 3-2. Eric says 3-2 Leafs. This announcer's got to chill out. Here comes Carolina. Brady Shea. Saved by Lyon. That was an awkward save for Lyon. We had a Gopher v Bulldog matchup there. But yeah, Devils tie the Capitals 4-4. Yeah, that game that's meaningless if Carolina holds on. If Florida somehow comes back, then that means something. If Florida comes back, I think that's what I said. Tampa 3-0. I see 8 minutes. And then yeah, I agree, says Andrew. We have 6:38 left in that New Jersey game. It's 4-4. Yeah, Islander fans, if you're out there, this is a good result so far. It's a good result. I thought this was going the other way. Florida got 2 goals early on in the period. I was like, oh boy. But Carolina, 2 goals, 21 seconds apart, the difference. NBA playoffs going. You can watch some NBA playoffs this weekend. There you go. Who's the favorite in the NBA? I don't even know. I don't watch NBA. Edmonton 1-0. Here we go. 7 minutes left here in the third. 4-2 Carolina. Florida's able to chip it out. Oh, a penalty on Florida. Lomberg to the box. I think it's for tripping. Yeah, stick at the skate blade. I think he was going down either way. But stick at the skate blade, player goes down. Refs are going to call that all day. So yeah, that big flurry chance for Florida. The first shot hit the outside of the post. The second shot went wide, but it hit Sebastian Aho in the crease. So that's the guy who shot it just missed and hit Aho. Another Powerball power play. Gee, they got to find a better sponsor for this power play. Like Raycon, use THPN to get a discount on Raycon products. Or DraftKings, use promo code THPN for DraftKings. So yes, power play for Carolina. Haven't done anything today so far. I think they're 0 for 2. I don't even know. Does it say on here? 0 for 1. 4. They've had 4 chances. Wow. Oh, there we go. Donnell said they just started the NBA play. Don't like it. Yeah, I don't really watch NBA until the finals. There's literally nothing else on and I have nothing better to do, then I'll watch it. It's the play-in first. Gotcha, Andrew. Play-in games. Blues and Stars tied at 0. Stars first in the West. Blues might actually have more wins than losses. Looking to be above 500, the St. Louis Blues, says Angus. There you go. Eric says 5-4 Boston, and it's 2-0 Edmonton, says Andrew. The goals are coming in thick and fast. It is still 4-4 in the Devils-Washington game. I'm going to keep that tab open so I can see. Delayed penalty on Carolina. The penalty has been killed by Florida. Shane Gostisbehere is going to the bench, the penalty box. The ex-Union Dutchman, Shane Gostisbehere. Won a natty champ with Union. That was back in 2014. So shout out Union Dutchman. Great name, the Union Dutchman. I see 6 minutes left. Please, no score, says Dompla. We'll see Florida on the power play. They could get it done here, Dompla. See, what would be nice is if on the ESPN Plus app you could do, you can do picture-in-picture, have 2 games on at once. I wish you could do that with ESPN Plus. You could do that with NHL TV, but you can't do that with ESPN Plus, which is annoying. Because it'd be nice to watch the Devils game as well and have that simultaneously. But ESPN, if you're watching, get that done for next season. I want picture-in-picture on your platform. Maybe you can do it on the browser, but you can't do it on like a Roku, which when I'm streaming off of Roku. It's a beautiful time for basketball. Andrew says it's the same score, 3-2 Boston or TNT. There you go. Florida to the power play. 4:40 to go in the game. Kind of got to score here to get it going. Tip shot by Kachuk goes wide and out of play. 4:31. Angus said it's been years since I've watched an NBA game. I only watched the final. .238 left in the Devils game. 4-4 still. I think that's going to overtime. Devils and Washington. Does it matter if New Jersey wins in overtime? I don't think it does. They just need Carolina to lose. They'll take an overtime win. Wow, Carolina pulls the goalie? Sorry, Florida pulls the goalie. My bad. Florida pulls the goalie. 3:35 left to go here. Barkov with it in the corner to the point. Ekblad. Barkov, Montour. Shot goes wide. Rip it. Oh, rip it, Montour. It's 6-on-4. Ekblad, block it away by Freddie. And Carolina gets it out. That's going to do it for the power play. 2:50 left here. 2:50 left. Andrew says 3-3. Oh, they score! Carolina, empty net goal. Shane Gostisbehere. Dompla is crying right now. He just lost $200. RIP to Dompla. Oh, no. Shane Gostisbehere single-handedly cost Dompla $200. Oh, you can't get that back on tax day, can you, Dompla? That's gone. Crazy. Rangers just tied it late against the Maple Leafs, but they're checking it over. Blue Jackets won in overtime. There you go. Donnell, no goal for the Rangers. Kicking motion. Angus says, ouch. Yeah, looks like Devils, Washington heading to overtime. Once this game's over, if the Devils game is still going on, we will watch that game in its entirety. So don't you worry. We will watch that game for fun. And it's just Panther fans. Yeah. Well, there were barely any Panther fans to begin with. So no reason to beat the traffic in Florida. Here's Stahl. Duclair. Oh, Freddie. Oh, Freddie. That's a gimme by Freddie Anderson. It's 5-3 now. Duclair with the goal. 2:02 left. Wow. Rob Brindamore's pissed. That's a bad goal by Freddie. Oh. Get your stick down. I think he tried to steer it away to the corner and just missed. Well, Panthers pull the goalie again. 2:02 left. Can they get 2 goals? Andrews has no goal in the Rangers game, so the Leafs won. Angus say, I would not try to beat out Florida Tracker after a game. Their driving sucks. Well, there's no one on the roads around this Florida arena because no one goes to the games. Here we go. Florida's going to press like crazy here. They got a minute 40 to get 2 goals. Trying to avoid facing Boston in the first round, the Florida Panthers are. Islander fans are loving this result right here. Because if it holds, it'll be a Carolina Islanders first round matchup. Florida, Kachuk! They score! Oh my, you gotta, come on. Come on, Carolina. You can't blow this. You can't blow this. It's 5-4 now. Carter Verhaeghe gets the goal. We have a minute 23 left. If Carolina blows this, I swear to God. Oh my goodness. Ridiculous. You got to call timeout if you're Brendan Moore. Or not. He's no timeout. Well, here we go. Minute 15 to go. 5-4 game. Look out. Kachuk. Ekblad slips on his ass. Here comes Carolina. There we go. Aho. Thank you, Sebastian Aho. 6-4 game. Empty net goal. 1 minute to go. Oof. Who knows? At this point, this period's been insane. Everybody, this period started as a 2-0 Carolina lead. That's how this period started. It's 6-4 right now. Ridiculous period. So Islanders are playing Carolina right now, as it stands. Frickin' Florida, man. 50 seconds left. Shot. Rebound. No! That almost went in. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I tell you what, Florida's desperation. They really don't want to play Boston, do they? Here's Barkov. Verhaeghe puts it in deep. 20 seconds left. It would take a miracle. Barkov saved by a Freddie. 15.5. I think it's safe to say it's Islanders Carolina in the first round. Oh no, Hurricanes. Angus says goal. Dompla says, damn. Yes, Dompla. This game blew a wide open. Florida wins the faceoff. Aaron Ekblad has time to tee it up. And Freddie's going to cover it. Man, Freddie Anderson, man, he looks so shaky right now. This is what I'm saying. This is the X factor in the Islanders series when they play Carolina. The Sorokin versus Freddie Anderson matchup. If Sorokin plays lights out and Freddie Anderson plays this shaky like he's playing right now, Islanders have a glimmer of a shot. They have a glimmer of a chance if they can get the offense going. Just Freddie Anderson is not Sorokin. So that's the only hope in that series. Dompla had 3 minutes, man. That was all. Andrews Ottawa's going to OT. Referees are talking about something. What's going on with the Devils? That game's in overtime. We're going off the rails of the crazy train. They're sorting out penalties. Kachuk going to the room. I saw a Carolina player go to the room. Let's do it tonight. Everyone tonight. Someone call me sexy, tell me yeah. Here we go, 9.4 to go. Come on, referees. Oh, for goodness sakes. They're sorting out the penalties on the scoreboard here. There you go. That's it. Smith and Chatfield, a little pushing and shoving, but Carolina has won the Metro Division. They will face the New York Islanders in the first round. It is confirmed. Let's check on the Devils game. I'm going to quickly switch over to the Devils game. We can watch the end of that. Let's watch this Devils game. We got a minute 50 left here in overtime. Here we go. We got Devils here. Devils, Capitals. Here's Hughes. Has to circle back. He sure got hooked. Penalty upcoming for Washington. Here's Hughes. Bratz Hughes saved by Lindgren. So Devils going to the power play here for the remainder of overtime. This game is essentially meaningless. It's going to be, so your matchups in the Eastern Conference, it's going to be Carolina and the Islanders, Florida, Boston, Toronto, Tampa, New Jersey, and the Rangers. Juicy matchups. New Jersey Rangers can be a great one. Florida, Boston, I think is going to end in 5. Islanders, Carolina could go to 6. Toronto, Tampa, 7. Devils, Rangers, 7. My prediction right here. You got Canes beating Bruins. Yeah, I think Carolina, well, I don't know, without Svechnikov, it's going to be hard to beat that Boston team. It's hard to not pick Boston. I'll still go Carolina. Donnell says, so it's going to be Islanders, Hurricanes, like you said, local matchup, Devils, Rangers, yes. Edmonton's up 2-1, says Andrew. Keenan says, I actually see Florida beating Boston. That's a bold prediction. Tell you what, you might as well bet like $50 on that, because I bet you'd make a lot of money if Florida did win. Another penalty on Dougie Hamilton negates the power play. So just like that, it's going to be 4-on-4. And Andrews Buffalo won in overtime. Yeah, we'll watch the end of this one. Little bonus coverage. You get bonus coverage tonight on THPN. Here's Heishier. Hughes got to circle back. Oh! Wraparound scores! Wow. Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes wins in overtime for New Jersey. Unbelievable. Luke Hughes, the younger brother of Jack, gets it done for New Jersey. What a great way to end the season for New Jersey. They will face the New York Rangers in the first round. Ooh, great stuff. Then also Luke Hughes wraparound goal, wins in overtime. Jack Hughes' younger brother. Yes, amazing. Well, it's going to be great. Devils and Rangers. That's going to be an interesting matchup. I think I favor the Rangers just based off experience and the fact that Igor Shesterkin in net. But don't count out this Devils team. They're the real deal. This isn't a fluke, everybody. It's a real deal. But yes, we'll wrap it up here shortly. Keenan says, when do we get playoff schedules? We usually we'll probably get those maybe Friday night. So tomorrow night or Saturday is when we'll get those released. The playoffs start on Monday, April the 17th. But most likely, your team is either going to start on the 17th or the 18th is how that's going to work, Monday or Tuesday. That's going to be fun. I believe all the playoff games are on ESPN. Some might be on TNT or TBS or whatever is going on. So, yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thank everybody for tuning in. It was lots of fun tonight. Boring in the beginning, but that third period, man, Florida and Carolina, that was insane. We had like 6 goals in the third period. Dompla lost $200. Rest in peace to Dompla. Hope he's doing well. But yeah, that was it. That's the regular season, basically. We'll see you guys for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'll still do my one stream a week on here for the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll see how it works. If I can do Islander games, I think that'd be fun to do on here. You get to see me be a lunatic, which would be fun. Otherwise, I might just do another series if it works better with my schedule. But yes, we'll see. But yes, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to THPN on YouTube. Follow us on social medias at HockeyPodNet is the Insta and Twitter. My YouTube handle and Twitter handle is at Grant Akeem. On my YouTube channel, I do gaming streams and watch-alongs like this, but I mostly do gaming. I'm currently doing Red Dead Redemption 2. That'll be my next stream tomorrow night, or it might be afternoon. We'll see. We'll do a Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode stream, and then I'm also going to go live on Saturday on my channel for Red Dead. So a couple Red Dead streams coming up for me, which is fun. But obviously, more importantly, this channel, subscribe, THPN. My Insta is at Grant_Akeem. If you have any interest in following me there. You can donate to the channel if you want through the live chats. And thank you again to the sponsors, DraftKings. Use promo code THPN to sign up for DraftKings. And then Raycon, if you want to get a discount on some headphones or earbuds, use promo code THPN to get a discount on that. Thank you again to the sponsors. Hank says, good evening, everybody. Things are heating up in the playoffs, about to start. Things are heating up as the playoffs are about to start, for sure. It's going to be a fun playoffs. It's going to be lots of fun. I think it's Boston's Stanley Cup to lose in the East, or it's Boston's to lose basically out of the East. Who's coming out of the West? I have no freaking idea. The West, it's the Wild Wild West. Everyone's clumped together, so I have no idea how that's going to go down. But yeah, it's Boston's to lose at this point. But yes, thank you everybody for tuning in again. I would like to end the streams by saying it's a crazy world out there. So sending love from me to you and to everyone around the world who could use some love. Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing okay. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. I will speak to you soon. We'll see you for some playoff action on the channel. We'll have people doing streams all throughout the playoffs. And I'll be on here once a week for next week. All right. See ya.